Shri Ganeshaya Namo Nama. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe. Wherever you are, we extend you a very warm welcome. With the climate change, let's talk about green morning, green afternoon, green evening, green, green, green everywhere. Well, today is a very important day, historic day, wonderful day, scintillating day, because today is a budget day for India. That is 23rd of July. That's Tuesday, and that's Hanumanji's Day. And we talk about India's budget, which was presented this morning by Honorable Finance Minister of India. We are having a series along with the President of Chamber for Service Industry, which we started on 10th April 2024. 108 episodes we propose to complete by 15th of August 2024, India's Independence Day. The vision is policy, planning, budgeting, training, education, skilling, promotion, outbound, inbound, domestic, whatever we can think of, different varieties of tourism, hospitality, and aviation together being taken. We have got none other than the president of Chamber for Service Industry, Dr. Subhash Goelji, from the industry, today on the budget day. Join me in extending a very warm welcome. Let's get the insight from him. Hearty welcome. Namaskar ji, pranam.
Namaskar ji,
Pranam aapko.
namaskar, namaskar.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are having Rubaru Dr. Subhash Goelji, the President Chamber for Service Industry. And today, because it's a budget day and the theme of the budget, outcome of the budget, expectations from the budget, and then we will come on travel, tourism, and hospitality. Let's hear Dr. Subhash Goelji, first of all, overall budget, and then we come specifically on tourism. All yours, sir. The globe is yours.
Overall, the budget was quite good as far as skill development, MSMEs is concerned. The allocations for MSMEs and skill development is a welcome step. Also, women empowerment and women entrepreneurs have been given a lot of facility in the budget. And also for the middle class, the level up to 7 lakhs, 75,000, the service class will not be taxed. And beyond that, up till 10 lakhs, it's 5%, 15 lakhs. Like this, there is a slab system. And after, 30 lakh, then after a particular slab, it goes up to 30%, which is there. Okay. So there is a lot of benefit for the middle class. But at the same time, we were expecting a lot of, things for the tourism industry because, you see, with the artificial intelligence coming in and the computerization of the industry, there are no jobs left in the manufacturing sector. In fact, there will be a job cut in the manufacturing sector because a lot of processes and work will be taken up by robots and artificial intelligence. So, which is the biggest industry which can create jobs? Tourism industry, which employs about 40 million people directly, and if you put aviation and other related services, about 75 million people, it is the largest employment generator in India. In fact, 1 out of every 9 jobs will be created in this industry in the next 10 to 15 years. When we are talking about, Viksit Bharat in 2047, then there is no point just having a GDP increase or just being the fastest growing economy unless people are employed and people have jobs. So, why is tourism a labor intensive industry? Because when the tourist comes, he needs porters, he needs immigration custom officers. When he goes to the hotel, he needs bellboys. Then the hotel needs people for housekeeping, people for giving poultry, vegetables. So there is a multiplier effect on the economy and on job creation. So unfortunately, this budget has not dealt with job creation at all. As far as tourism is concerned, they're talking about job creation in the SME sector, which is good. But as far as tourism is concerned, you see, we had given 3, 4 suggestions to the government. One was that all the overseas offices have been closed. So either you reopen all the overseas offices, because if you want to project India as the greatest tourism destination, or you want to restart the Incredible India campaign, then how are you going to do it sitting in Delhi? So you need to either open the offices, and if you don't want to open the offices, you need to appoint private marketing companies as marketing agents in the source markets like USA, Canada, UK, Europe, Russia, South America. Now, these are Spain, these are some of the main source markets, China. So, all these markets, Australia, New Zealand, Japan. So, these markets where the local speaking people and local digital, platforms, social media, and television, electronic media needs to be harnessed, and the incredible. So, that is one thing. The allocation, which is only 33 crores for the tourism, compared to
Marketing.
100 crores
Yes.
earlier.
Hmm.
We were expecting 300 crores this year,
Hmm.
because we need to compete with neighboring countries like Thailand, like Singapore, like UAE, Dubai. Even now, Saudi Arabia has become very aggressive with a huge budget. So we need to compete with these countries. So we need a budget of at least 300 crores. Not only that, the tour operators who walk the streets of the world, who are the ambassadors of Indian tourism, have been denied, because earlier we were getting SEIS benefits based on foreign exchange earning from the Ministry of Commerce. That has been withdrawn. So that needs to be reinstated. Not only that, you see, we were getting market development assistance when we participate in exhibitions and trade fairs. Our airfare and 50% of the participation fee was being reimbursed by the Ministry of Tourism under the MDA scheme. Now, that has also been stopped. So, if you don't, you see, we are the soldiers of Indian tourism. So, if you don't take care of your soldiers, then how are you going to win the war of tourism? So, it is very, very important that the tour operators who earn 75 to 80% of the foreign exchange from the country, for the country, on tourism should be, facilitated and encouraged. So these 2, 3 things need to be done immediately. If it has not been announced in the budget, under the larger national interest, government can also always issue notifications, because services export should be given the status of an export industry. Now, these are some of the issues. Some issues like the finance minister talked about cruise tourism. Now, I don't understand one simple thing, that if an Indian person wants to start a cruise, he has to pay all the taxes. But if he registers the company in Dubai or in Mauritius, and he brings that cruise to India, he doesn't have to pay taxes. Now, there has to be a level playing field. Similarly, on TCS, when a person goes abroad, he has to pay 20% TCS. But if he buys the ticket from an agent abroad, he doesn't have to pay that. So basically, you see, we don't have a level playing field. So we appeal on behalf of the Chamber for Service Industry, through this medium and other mediums, we appeal to the Honorable Finance Minister that please realize the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister, who wants 2047 that India should be a fully developed country, and not only 5 trillion, but if they support tourism, tourism alone can bring $1 or $2 trillion. So, plus millions of jobs. You see, the greatest need of this country is poverty eradication. Every politician talks about poverty eradication. But how are we going to eradicate poverty? There's no magic wand, right? We have to give people jobs. They're distributing freebies, giving free, subsidies of food, of cash. to the farmers. If you give people to fish, how long are you going to give it? But if you teach them how to fish, then they can stand on their own feet. So what the tourism industry does is making people stand on their own feet. And here the prosperity reaches the poorest of the poor, right from an houseboat owner in the backwaters of Kerala to the person who's doing daily massages or Ayurvedic massages, to the coolie who's taking people on his pony in the Himalayan mountains, to the man who's, uh, uh, carrying people in the mountains on his back. You see, so all these people are benefiting from tourism. So what I feel is if this government is serious in eradicating poverty and creating millions of jobs, then the magic word is tourism. And tourism alone is the geese that lays golden eggs. But if you don't support this geese and geese is going to die, then how are we going to go to 2047? Are we going to go limping? And the last thing I would like to say is that a lot of states are doing a wonderful job on tourism. We just having the heritage conference where UNESCO has declared many more places
Heritage sites.
in India as World Heritage Sites. Now, people want to come, but there are not enough air seats to come to India. In 2019, the fares which were 60 to 70,000 rupees to Toronto or New York, Canada and America, today are 1,60,000, 1,70,000 rupees. So you can regulate these fares. You can't do it by force. But if you allow foreign airlines to come in, depending on the slots available at the airports, then you see they will come. And a lot of new airports have been made. These airports should be given international flights, and these airports should go and lobby at the Roots conference and other international conferences and try to convince foreign airlines to fly to India. So I think if these suggestions on behalf of the Chamber of Service Industry are taken up by the government, I'm sure we will put our economy on a still faster track, and we will reach our goals of 2047, maybe by 2040, if not 2035. Thank you, Jai.
Wonderful, wonderful. Few questions and few takeaways, which quickly I'll just take from you, if you will allow me.
Sure.
Now, they have focused on pilgrimage tourism, spiritual tourism, Gaya, Bodh Gaya, Rajgir, Nalanda, all those places, everything. And besides that, a couple of places in Odisha as well. So Bihar and Odisha, certain places have been selected. They want to develop and all. So spiritual tourism, cultural tourism, pilgrimage tourism, heritage tourism, all these factors when we are taking into consideration, and domestic tourism has been given some additional budget also as far as domestic tourism part is concerned. What is your take on that?
No, I think it's very good. With the vision which the Prime Minister has done on Ayodhya, all over the world there's a huge demand for Ayodhya. Similarly, Varanasi corridor and these other corridors that they are making is very good. But there are not enough air seats for people to come from abroad. So domestic tourism is very good, but it is putting money from one pocket to another pocket. What is needed is valuable foreign exchange to come to India, and these are high spending tourists. The quality of the return on investment is much more with international tourists than it's with domestic tourists. So my suggestion is digital marketing, social media marketing, aggressive marketing, MDA assistance, and SCIS based on foreign exchange earning, tourism to be given export status, and opening the skies in aviation. So that if all these things are done, I'm sure through tourism we will make country the land of our dreams.
Wonderful. How about non-resident Indian, our brothers and sisters? Almost 32 million they have gone abroad. And every year in month of January, we have got Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. And at the same time, you have got certain states like vibrant Gujarat, vibrant Telangana, vibrant Tamil Nadu, vibrant Rajasthan, vibrant Haryana also. Couple of things are being done that way. What would you like to share? Because earlier Prime Minister made a appeal that every NRI should bring at least 5 tourists with them to India. How would you like to share something for NRIs and with NRIs?
You see, in Stick Travels, we have a group of NRIs who want to come to Ayodhya. There's more than 100 people. They're not able to get seats. Either they're getting 10 seats on a flight or 20 seats on a flight, and they're getting scattered. Charter flights are very expensive. Right? So, unless and until, you see, now for example, Madhya Pradesh has 2 international airports. One is Indore and the other is Bhopal. There are no international flights coming to these airports. Similarly, all these states have international airports or are being made international airports. But, you know, what is the use of building such wonderful airports if you don't allow foreign airlines to come in? Right? Today, Andaman Nicobar Island, right, is so close to Southeast Asia. If we give fifth freedom to airlines from Andaman Nicobar Islands to Malaysia, Thailand, and Singapore, Andaman Nicobar Islands can become, I won't say it should become like Hong Kong, but it can become like Bali. It can become like, Mauritius, another paradise in the Indian Ocean. And then we don't have to go to Maldives when we can have all the infrastructure here. Today, Andaman Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep, the coral reefs are better than what it is in Maldives. And that is what we are saying, that if Maldives is not friendly towards India, then we should develop our own resources. We have 7,500 kilometers of coastline. And, we have 74% of the world's highest mountain ranges. Today, we are the birthplace of 4 great religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Jainism. Saudi Arabia, after oil, makes maximum money from religious tourism. So religious tourism alone can get $1 trillion to India if we are able to exploit it properly. But building the temples and building the Ayodhya and building Ujjain and building Sarnath and all these places is meaningless if we don't have direct international flights coming to those destinations. You see, because Delhi, the slots are choked. Bombay, the slots are choked. So, people need to come direct to the destinations.
Accessibility.
So for that, you see, we need an integrated approach. Tourism and civil aviation should be one ministry, and we must have a joint approach. Then only, the country will benefit and millions of jobs will be created.
Wonderful. Wonderful. It used to be one ministry earlier, as Dr. Subhash Goyalji has given more than 50 years of his life to travel and tourism industry growth. And at the same time, Stick Travels, your organization, is having large cruises, GSA, and a couple of other things. What message would you like to give to younger generation, people those want to come into service industry? Initially, you did make a remark that manufacturing sector is more capital intensive, whereas the travel, tourism, hospitality related is labor intensive. What message would you like to give to younger generation? Those are bubbling to get into tourism, hospitality, airlines, and they want to make their career over here. What would you like to tell them?
See, tourism is a service industry, right? You have to be willing to serve. And when we are willing to serve, you have to forget about your ego. It is always service before self. If you start thinking of yourself, the customer is the king, right? As rightly mentioned by our first Prime Minister, Mr. Nehru, that welcome a visitor, send back a friend, right? So, if you take the tourist, even the present government is talking about the whole world is one family. And if the world one is one family and guest is God, then we have to treat him like that. So there is a lot of opportunity. Every state has unique, if you have a house, you have a clean toilet and a clean bed sheet and a hygienic environment. You can have a homestay program. Today, whole of the Northeast can create millions of jobs by homestay. But government is rightly doing, and I'm very happy that Bihar, which is, a Buddhist tourist destination, and it has been in industries long time demand that the road infrastructure and bridges should be built in Bihar because it's, the Buddhist circuit is in bad shape. So I think better late than never. And I think if we are doing it in this budget, government's job is to build the infrastructure and the private sector job is to do the marketing. All that we need from the government is, like other countries give incentives, we should be given the incentive on foreign exchange earning, and it has to be result oriented incentive, which we were getting under SEIS and which we were getting MDA assistance. If things are done, then we Indians can do wonders. We tour operators can do wonders.
Would you like to comment something on the GST part also? Some more cut should be given over there.
No, GST is a very good system, but on the GST, when we are charging VAT or GST to foreign tourists all over the world, whether it is London or Dubai or many other countries, when the tourist goes out, there is a VAT refund, right? So that refund should be taken because, the Prime Minister says that the tourists should do shopping. So if they do shopping internationally, they get 20 kilos. In the domestic flights, they get 15 kilos. So they don't want to pay excess baggage for shopping.
Yes.
So there has to be a uniformity in the baggage. That is one thing. Second thing, there should be a VAT refund or, the tax on the shopping should be reimbursed to the foreign tourists. And if that is done, people will buy more. They will buy more. But if they have to pay excess baggage and then there is no VAT refund, then why should they buy? They'll go back and place the order with the importers there.
Wonderful insight from Dr. Subhash Goyal, the president of Chamber for Service Industry, and all our brothers and sisters, those are abroad, non-resident Indians, our young boys and girls in India, those are interested to be a part of service industry, tourism, hospitality, and aviation. Being a golden triangle can do wonders. And all of us, we should get together. Whatever we have got, we should try and promote the best possible way with the available resources. And at the same time, the recommendations which Dr. Subhash Goyal has made, I'm pretty sure that the Honorable Prime Minister wants his vision, his dream is tourism. And he always gives a lot of push to tourism. And he brings new insights for tourism. And what Dr. Subhash Goyal made a mention about Maldives. And earlier we used to just fly over Lakshadweep, those 36 beautiful coral reef islands, but now is getting into reality. And right from Bangaram, Minicoy, Saheli, and all the places, you can travel to a couple of places in Lakshadweep as well. Andaman Nicobar as it is has been opened up. Cruises also, he made a mention very well. And at the same time, he told that we should allow more flights to be coming to India. Accessibility, that is something very important. Final remarks, sir, before we close.
Finally, what I should say is the vision of the Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is a great vision. He is one of the greatest leaders our country or this planet has got. And we will leave no stone unturned in order to make his vision a reality. But somewhere down the line, the bureaucrats in the Planning Commission or in the Finance Ministry are not understanding how tourism can make our lovable Prime Minister's vision a reality. And the Chamber for Service Industry fully supports the vision of our Prime Minister, and we are with him. And I'm sure that we will send this presentation We will tweet it and send it to the PMO, to the finance minister, to the home minister, and to all the ministers in the cabinet, because everyone is interested in job creation and poverty eradication. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Subhash Goyalji. Thanks for sparing your time. Thanks for being with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, tourism being the passport for peace, we look forward to much more allocations in future, and let's promote Indian tourism the best possible way together.